a fellow head mountains master. In Chan Buddhism, from the first patriarch come to the sixth patriarch, Huinan, from this period, their mindfulness is very sharp and their mind is pure, so that from the word in the dialogue or listen, he can break through his mind, enter into Nibbana. That is the goal in Buddhism. Experience something not been experienced before. That is, you come to liberation. So liberation or free mind, very difficult to describe unless you come to it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen all the time and space when your body and mind are flying into contact. We know our mindfulness is from time to time, sometimes absent, but sometimes present, but most of the time absent. Because the mind inside is very active and not pure. So pure mind, we call it Panya. So in Buddhism, Panya means wisdom. Wisdom is the only thing that can solve the suffering and stop the life itself, processing the karma. Here is very difficult for us when our mind aware something. Once the mind contact to exterior or contact to interior, immediately it's grabbing or pushing away something. So that is how our mind always analyze something, discriminate good and bad. This is pure. That is Raj. What we have in our mind state is what we call that discriminate mind state. So once we are still in the condition of discriminated mind state, that is nowhere your mindfulness is sharp, ready to break through. So in Chan Buddhism is in the periods of when Buddha Dhamma come to China. Before that, the Panya Paramita, the wisdom description, already translated into Chinese. And Chinese culture, Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi, that kind of renunciate personality already formed in China. How are we going to find a way to escape the suffering? Mostly from that viewpoint, Chinese people run away from politics, run away from the society, social involved, try to be more into himself, how I can take care of my mind, let the mind more free. So in the Fayung's, before he meet his master, he read a lot of the wisdom description and the commentaries of the wisdom. We call it Sanlun. So that writing talk a lot about the what we call the signlessness, thinglessness, that is the pure, that is nothing rising and ceasing. Talk a lot about overcome the phenomenon, let your mind become more steady. So unmoved mind state, or what we call that transformed mind state, you transcend all this grabbing and pushing away. Is the teachings of description of Panya. So when Fayong, he learned about that until he meet his master and got into this what we call the Nibbana or liberation experience. So his teaching is from what we call the Xingming. In the Xingming, forward a sentence. Very difficult in Chinese. Writing forward is complete showing to the goal. Every forward, two sentences of forward, you need to come to the goal. So all the writing together, 198 sentences, deeper than Xingming. Stop and not involved when you carry your mind and body into this society. You're born into the life. Stop and not involved with your mind state. Is it easy? We put it that way. How we can put it that way in order to say that you have a very sharp mindful and you have really pure mind state, not create karma, not become the cause into suffering as your body and mind exercise into this society. If we cannot make it, how you can say you're processing your mindfulness training into awareness? If you cannot make it, that is no way we can say, oh, I am under the practice. There should be some technique and there should be some skill how to make this mind body come into daily life. We are processing. The Buddha always mentioned that in Buddhism that is different from other faith is mindfulness is the base. You processing the mindfulness come to more pure in order the awaken is possible. So in Chan Buddhism, no matter you travel you're working, or you just sit, talking, or dialogue, even though you're learning, all these basic, they have someone in that condition suddenly come to the liberation. So liberation condition cover in all different activity. It's still possible to break into the cause of clinging to the life. You see, when the Buddha come to China, Hui Ke asked him, my mind is not calm. I look for calm my mind. And then Bodhidharma asked him, bring your mind calm. I calm it for you. Then he said, I can't find my mind. You already come. This dialogue is very simple, isn't it? Very general. I can't find my mind. You see? So what is that kind of mind that he cannot find? What is that experience, or what kind of mind is that? We are always talking about our mind, isn't it? So Chan Buddhism is mind as the base. From four foundation of mindfulness, they are not avoid touching to the material feeling. They directly feeling and touching to the mind. Means you go deep into your mindfulness, avoid feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness disturb, and check after that what you can find. So when you go back to that kind of directly facing to the mind inside, you need to have very sharp mindfulness as the base, isn't it? So mindfulness training is very, very difficult, and if you have not much desire enough to look for it, what is the pleasant of mindfulness that not been absent? At least we need to talk about that. Right mindfulness very pure. The mindfulness become very pure. No contact and discriminate. And mindful become always like that, pure. Not processing and involved into grabbing and pushing away that kind of perception, mental formation, or conscious analyzing and recognizing they have not that. Very pure, just mindful. That is Chan Buddhism taught Buddha nature. Mind is the Buddha. Buddha is the mind. Pure like that, just away. Equal to all the senses, not excite to one senses contact. I think they put a lot of effort into it. We call that right effort, for right effort. Large of effort into it. in order this body, moving around, no matter travel, working, sitting, talking, learning, no matter what you apply this body into, but the mind is not interested into the activity of the body, but the mind still carry on processing his mindfulness into more pure and more sharp in order to holding there, waiting for the breaking. So the life in what I think a little bit back into the condition when the first Patrick to the sixth Patrick in China is chaos, politics, war, fight. If someone has wisdom, he really abandon this kind of suffering. He will be totally, come to trust the skill of training in order he, mind and body need to overcome. But later on, when come to Tang Dynasty and going on, it's a little bit like America. Everything is fine, at least inside the country. Every condition is support to develop or to the processing of the desire. So life become more rushed to involve the senses, contact, involve to all these burning. Mind become not sharp anymore because too much changing, mind is too much involved and non-stopping active. When I talk into this, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Unmoved mind required to the student. I think it might, the only one is me. Come to this world, if I want to go that way, you are not easy to call your student, like that, because life need to involve a lot. At least their responsible is calling. Their difficulty is supporting. Life mind need to move to exterior world, not into the inner concentration. So busy oneself over nothing. What I use this word, I try to make it. This life very busy, isn't it? But over nothing. When you come to the conclusion, life just passed by and very nourished experience. Nothing experience to pure. Nothing experience to calm and peace. You see the dialogue in Fayong, then you know. Really not much, writing, record his life, but his life talk about the discussion or the dialogue between him and the student. I name it as sharp discussion. Means he and his student only discuss how the mind is liberate. Only what I read his dialogue. When Zhongmi write down what is the teaching of Fan Yong, he didn't talk much about other things. So his life never go downhill away from his Buffalo Mountain. He stayed in the Buffalo Mountain until 64 years old and gone. But his teaching similar with Huineng, talk about the mind come to pure, come to a liberator. What is that kind of experience? Only that is the point. Other than that, the desire not going to apply to other things. But daily life still carry on. Dialogue carry on. Sometimes they talk very, very simple word, like Zhao Zhou, master, just when you come, oh, that is a break time, go and have a tea. Have you come before? No? Oh, this is a break time, go and have a tea. Are you already been here before? Okay, this is a break time, go and have a tea. His attendant said, that is the teaching of master, that is the only dialogue. Present before, non-present before, go and have a tea. You go and have a tea. That's all. In the old days, Chinese culture, when they come to agricultural culture, everybody is busy. When you know the Chinese culture, everybody is diligent, make living, survival, or overcome the difficulty. They need to work very hard. You don't know in Chinese people, they only have a break is when they put down everything, working by this mind and body, and have a break. So, chant mind means have a break for your mind and body. Just stop. Not involved. That is the Nibbana. Zhao Zhou Master said, that is the Nibbana. See? So when your mind contact to the senses and not involved, I still carry on dialogue with you, but not involved. Is it easy? Not much desire to involve. Is it very easy? Oh, our mind is not like that. Once we contact and they carry on the dialogue, first dialogue, second dialogue, is it we involve into the worldly way. Is it? Unshaking mind remain, not involved into the worldly way. Even though involved into this worldly way, unshaking mind remain. We chant it all the time. Until I know this English sentence. You see, that is called mindfulness, right mindfulness, isn't it? But when the dialogue going on, we grabbing, you see, talk about the suffering, the what we call the samsara, the circle of the mind. That experience bring all a lot of the perception, mental formation, consciousness, all turning round and round into this skandha because of the form contact to the form, mind contact to the form. You see, so in very generous dialogue, they can suddenly enlighten someone, let him turn back to the deep and profound liberation. It's because of their get ready. Their concentration is maturing and their mind is very sharp, already start. Here is something that my teacher one time, he told me that you know let me take that example. You know the sweet potato? You know the sweet potato? Yeah, sweet potato, once the wine, isn't it? That wine running, you know, from new treatment, then sun, water, they come, then they run, you know. And then when they run, they have the root going. You see? Once the root going, then they become potato. So this, what we call that, busy into the life itself. Fayong have two sentences instruct his disciple. Attachment of form is poison. Very easy to understand, isn't it? Attachment to form is poison. Means it will grow food. See? Once the wine running, if the root going according to the processing, then it will have food. So you need to stop, not let him rooted into the senses contact and carry on process. You need to pull back. Once you pull back everything, that I still remember with my grandma, because of in the old day we don't have put fertilizer, we just have the nourished soil and then put there, so that the sweet potato don't let it run away and then have the root go down, so that the root not go down there, and then we need to pull all this wine back, so only the root into the center, so the centers will processing big potato, sweet potato, like that. This is my agriculture experience with my grandma. So, form attachment is a poison, means our mind, normal people, they are not have any truth come to the mind to wake up him yet. So his viewpoint is looking for form. Looking for form. Form means the senses contact and the bodily, materialism. They have freedom, happiness, and they think that this can overcome the stress. They look for form. One of my good friend, last month he had a little bit trouble in his factory, fertilizer factory. So one of the machine exploded, someone injured. So overcome their stress. After solving all the problem, the first thing he is not come to meditate. You need to hold in courage. You are Buddhist. Your master teach you how to meditate. Calm, find the solution, solve the problem, become a man. Example in your business and in your workmanship. He said, okay, I will hold it in position, solve this problem. After solving the problem, go to Italy for vacation. See? The second thing is feeling, mental processing, all this perception dialogue is the turner or the beat. Beat, P-I-T. His second teaching, he taught advice to his student. So if these two sentences come together, it's 5 skandha. Don't grab into 5 skandha. Don't cling into 5 skandha. And processing that attachment. So, cut to the mind processing involving is very important. We call that illusion. Once the mind starting involving, that means you starting to come to this world in illusion. So the word illusion is something that very different. Once you involve, you cannot see the truth. Once you're not involved, maybe that truth will break you. So that from the time the Chan master, when he give out all the book, Xiang Yan master, when he give out all the book, the book cannot make my mind pure and concentrated. It only make my mind analyzing, discriminating. So I give up that. I need to do mindfulness training in order the concentration become processing into mature, so that I have a sharp mindfulness training. And then when he walk in the field and grab a little bit of stone that are not knit in the soil and throw it away. So when he throw that small stone away, hit to the bamboo, bam! So that sound react back. He come to the truth. He prick to the mindfully. So this sound means form. The condition of form come to his organ. It can let him enter into the truth. And in the working situation, when Bai Zhang is working there, and Wei San is the followers of him, Bai Zhang. So Wei San's student follow him. One day, they are cooking in the kitchen. The old Chinese people, when they cook, they need to put a lot of wood to burn the cook. We don't have gas, we don't have electric supply. They need to use charcoal or put the wood in. So the Bai Zhang say, go look for the fire. That already become dust. Look for the fire and start the fire again. Then Bai Zhang, after Bai Zhang asked Wei San, his student, to do that. His student said, "Oh, that is only dust, no more fire." Bai Zhang said nothing. He just pulled out all the dust and then found the fire inside. Take it. What is this? His student enlightened. Very strange, isn't it? So enlighten or break into the liberated mind state, it becomes very easy, isn't it? Why we are so long processing still caught into the difficulty? That simple dialogue, that simple working, activity can make someone suddenly come to the experience of the truth. But we are processing, looking forward, and nothing is found. I only can say the word same as last time I said, serious and conscientious. Conscientious. That is a warning on myself. I said that is a warning on myself. I can have better life and better skill in my life if I want to put it, for example, I can put it into train myself into better English, better this, better that, in order I can serve better. But I didn't do that much. Most of my time, that is upgraded, follow the condition. I'm not put more my desire on it, but I put my desire is secretly into the mindfulness training. Let the mind is more pure. Let the mind is not involved too much. Involved is because of sometimes the stressful is there. You need to fund them a little bit in order they have energetic. Otherwise, the stressful will become turn them down. Like what I work with my man down there. When it comes to the difficulty part, sometimes I also feel the stressful and involved into the worldly way. Otherwise, no. If I alone, my mind is, under control. Late come, they have Gungan. Chan Buddhism, they have Gungan. If your mind is too active, you can apply into mindfulness, don't know what is the object of mindfulness, you still can grab a perception. And then that perception is called Gungan. What is Gungan means? Contentious issue. Is it? You grab a sentence, the dog have better nature. Before you're born, yeah. That is a sentence that contentious issue. That means if you come to want to analyze it, then you will come to argue. That is not a sentence that can analyze, can disclaim, but you need to hold it into the mind in order your concentration, your mindfulness go deeper and deeper into that sentence, in order that sentence start the activity of your mind. Start involved into the life. It's like after that you go very crazy into it. It's just like carry a dead body into the daily life. You see? But right now we are not carry the dead body into the daily life. We carry a desire body into the daily life. Even though right now become more difficulty, you're not involved into this exterior daily life, but you involve a lot into the computer daily life. You forgot the word, but you only touching to the computer. That is more illusion, more second-hand information to blind yourself. Okay, I think already have some information about what I think about practice and Chan Buddhism, very direct forward into the calling the awakening of your own mind. In order this mind desire become more concentrate and more simple into a simple subject. That subject is the goal, experience about Nibbana, so or liberation. So Chan Buddhism is looking forward into experience mind liberated. That is only what they put his mind and body. That is only the purpose of life. Other things, it become not too important, but they involve into it, they don't put their mind into it. That's what I want to say in conclusion. Thank you.